Your name, sir?
Benjamin Whitfield.
Thank you. You need to take your hands out of your pockets.
I'm in two different things. I'm in receipt of a bond violation report. My client is also at two.
Yes. Which one do you want to deal with first?
Regarding the bond violation report, I mean, I'd like to waive this up and go and deal with it in front of Judge Kunke. That would be
Sure you would.
what I would like to do, but
I'm sure.
regarding
Mr. Allen.
the positive tests, I'm not sure how the court would like to handle it.
Well, we might as well deal with the bond violation. I don't know.
There was a positive last Friday. It was negative, the test after that. I've discussed with him going forward that in order to try.
Well, let's get clear, Mr. Jacobs. I mean, just so that it's clear. On November 6th, he tested, there's the THC that's in there, and I don't know whether he has a medical marijuana card. He does have a medical marijuana card. The problem doesn't become that, it becomes the cocaine.
Mhm.
And then, so then it disappears from his system, which it normally would if he's not using or if we don't catch him on the right date in terms of testing. But then almost exactly a month later,
He was positive.
again, for cocaine.
I have discussed with him getting an intake to determine whether or not what kind of services he could use going forward. I've discussed with him, and
Has he been in treatment before?
he has done treatment before. He had brought up Lincoln Behavioral Services. He was going to get in contact with them. His father is here today. I've also gone over that information with him. I think the idea is to get that intake here over the next week or so.
Well, why wasn't it done before? Why isn't, I mean, when it hits in November, and I'm sure he was using before then, why didn't he do something then?
Well, I wasn't in receipt of any violation reports until yesterday.
Right, but he knows he's using.
Mm-hmm.
So why hasn't he done something before then, is my question. Probably not, but you already started talking.
I'm his father. My name is Daniel Whitfield. He reached out to me and asked me if I could, help him with this problem. And, he's trying. So I'm just trying to support him in any way that I can. He's working for me. He's got 4 kids, and just trying to do. I'm trying to help him, to get off the drugs and to do the right thing. He's been working with me since Sunday night. We've been up all night working on a small construction company, and I'm just trying to keep him busy and trying to keep him away from killing people that he's.
I don't doubt your sincerity in doing what you're doing. I mean, as a dad, I mean, and I get you standing up because you're trying to figure out what you can do to make it right. All right. The problem is he's got to make that decision. And I don't think that he has, through your best efforts. I don't think that he has. And the problem for you is that you can keep doing it. You can keep doing those things, like you said, keeping him busy doing this. But if he hasn't decided that that's what he's going to do, it won't happen.
Well, Your Honor, I think he has, because him and I hasn't talked for months, and he's reached out to me. We had a bad falling out about this, and over the last couple of weeks, like I said, we haven't talked for months. So I think I do see him coming around. I'm not trying to mislead you or anything.
No, I don't think that you are, sir. I mean, what I'm listening to is the faith of a father. That's what I'm hearing. And that I don't have any doubt in. What you're telling me, I have no doubt in any of that. What I have doubts about is really what he wants to do. Okay? Because when I see testing like this, that's somebody that's going to kind of give you lip service, but isn't going to quite do the work. Because, young man, you're not set up in any treatment, are you?
No, sir.
Did you ask your attorney or anybody else to try to help you get set up in treatment?
No, sir. I'm taking.
What efforts have you made to try to get into treatment?
There was a step this morning, Your Honor.
Pardon?
There was a step this morning. We did discuss going into a treatment facility and getting an intake.
Oh, I get that this morning, right? But the test was a week ago, and he probably used before that test actually happened. The test was on the 6th. And nothing. His dad's been trying to do what he can do with him. Nothing. And it's not until he gets here this morning and he's facing something that he decides that I'll say whatever. And
we did talk about treatment. He said he'd be willing to.
Right. I'm not doubting any, sir. Understand what I'm getting at. I'm not doubting any of that. What I'm saying is, I can say I'm going to walk from here to there. Until I take that first step, I haven't done anything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not going to keep manipulating me for the court. He doesn't go, I'm done with him. You know, that's why we had to fall out. I told him I'm not going to be associated with this nonsense. And if he doesn't, you know.
But get this, sir. And it's not your own fault. It's not your fault.
Oh, yes, sir.
But what I'm saying is he's manipulating already. The only reason he has those conversations that he's having, and then the conversation this morning, is because he's caught. And he's still, although having those conversations, he gets here this morning, between then and now, hasn't done anything. Hasn't made that step. Then he gets here this morning.
Excuse me. Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
I made a step by coming. A big one.
Oh, I know. But what I'm saying is that step.
I got here. I got right up, came to court.
But sir, listen. The choice on that is, yeah, you don't come today, you're going to get a warrant, I'm going to get you.
Right.
So that's just the cold hearted reality of that. Okay, so I don't know how much of a step that is. If you think the step of walking in here knowing that you're facing a violation is tough, that's why you haven't done anything for treatment, because that's a tougher step. That's why you haven't done anything. And you will say and do anything not to do that. I've been dealing with addicts for a long time. Some of it your fault, some of it not your fault.
So
Go ahead.
just regarding the violation, at this time, I don't know if the court's going to remand him, whether they're going to.
Here's what I'm going to do. He wants to make a step. He's going to tell me that he's doing it. He's trying to tell his dad that he's doing it. He's talking the game and not doing it. I am going to revoke his bond. I'm going to remand him. I'm going to set it for December 26th. In between then, there are individuals at the jail that can work on inpatient. He can work on inpatient with you to try to get him into a program. I will sign virtually any order if he will get himself into treatment. Because the cold-hearted reality is, as hard as dad tries, as hard as everybody else is trying,
I don't have.
one day somebody's gonna wake up, this young man's not gonna be alive. And then nobody's gonna have another shot. I've seen it happen too many times.
Thank you, Your Honor. This will be adjourned to a PCC the 26th.
On the 26th, I'll adjourn this matter to December 26, 2024, 9 a.m. Defendant's bond at this time is revoked. And Mr. Drukas, if we get something, I'll consider release if we get something in place.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Dad, thank you for coming down. I know you don't want to see that, and I didn't want to have to do that, but
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right,
Appreciate it.
take care. She's just screaming. Why does she scream? Just grab her. She hasn't behaved since the time she came up here. Madam Recorder, could we please go on a separate record? Corporal Mahalik, can you please approach the podium? State your name, Corporal.
Oh, no.
No, no. See, and that is the epitome of you.
Not doing it.
Yeah, I know. That is it. So, you will be leaving us after almost a quarter century of service
Yep,
here at the
Friday.
county
Next Friday.
next Friday. I said that I would try to do this and you
I
know,
had a
do
week. I had
something
a
for
week to
you
prepare
on the
myself.
record next week. However, I was informed that your attendance up to these last days has been kind of spotty. So what I said is,
Can you blame
hey,
me?
let's do this today. All right. And so while we're on the special record, and in all seriousness, one thing I want to say is I appreciate you not only in terms of transport and what you've done, have done a wonderful job. Also,
Thank you.
on behalf of myself and my family, we want to thank you. Because when Mr. Allen is out, you serve as my bailiff. You have done a wonderful job in that, with the exception of one thing. And I think people should know this. I get bailiffs and sometimes substitute bailiffs, and have throughout my 25-year career. In all of the bailiffs that I've had, or all of those who have filled in, they are given a list of duties that they need to do. They are also then instructed by my staff, this is what the judge wants to have happen. They then have a conversation with me that this is how I'd like to see things. In all of those years, Mahalik, you are the only one that said, much like you said today, no, I'm not doing that. I asked you to open court. No, don't speak in front of people. Can you swear them in? Nope, same thing. I'm not swearing them in. It became with you sort of, although you would tell me that, there were times, typical of Mahalik, that she would then change her mind and she'd decide that day I'm going to do it. Or I'll swear this person in, but I'm not swearing that person.
Right.
It was always a hit or miss thing with you. But I will say that I have enjoyed my time with you, your time in chambers. And from the bottom of my heart, and I think you know this, I've said this to you, that I'm greatly appreciative.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And I mentioned my family because my daughter particularly is always curious as to who is protecting her daddy, and I told her who it was. And so I say this, and I really do mean it. She is very thankful to you because dad got home each day that you were here, and that means a lot to her.
Thank you.
All right. And again, thank you for your service. I said, and a lot of people don't know this, you guys were a husband and wife team.
Yep.
You said goodbye to your husband, I think last week or a week or so ago.
Yep.
And you guys are headed off to warmer places, let's
Very
say,
warmer.
because you are ready to go, especially today, right?
Yes.
But again, thank you so
Thank you.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for everything. We will, all of us here on the staff will miss you greatly. Your sense of humor and everything, trying to purchase things on my Amazon.
Yeah, I tried.
All of that,
Tried.
all of that will be missed.
Thank
All
you.
right. Corporal, take care of yourself.
Thank you.
God bless you and Godspeed to you.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
All right.
I
Take
will be
care.
here.
Madam Recorder, if you could take that separate record, prepare it for Corporal Mahala, and please provide it to her so that she may have the court's remarks into posterity. Thank you.